Thank you everyone. Before I start this session, the job here is not that I want to impart a lot of knowledge. The main purpose this session is basically to ensure that the doubts or your requirements are clear. It's all about the customers first. So whatever questions you have, wherever you have, please ask me. Probably that's a difficulty someone else might also be facing. So keep it interactive. Ask as many questions as possible. So like mentioned, the discussion today, what we are going to do is going to talk about enterprise security management. Be it video surveillance, access control or time attendance. How actually the enterprise solution is different from the products that are being sold in the market. So we all know there are, say, video surveillance, there are cameras, there are devices that are available in the market. So what is the main function? When we talk about a function of a camera, it captures. So whatever comes in front of it, it captures. But as customers, is capturing enough? The purpose I want to install video surveillance is to ensure security. Just capturing is not security. The thief has come, he has taken something and he has gone. Has the camera helped you to stop it? No. It has only captured. Maybe then you spend hours trying to do a playback, then trying to figure out who this is, and then probably trying to capture. That process itself is 20% efficient. What we now need to do is try to stop things from happening. What we call as real-time or intelligent security. And when it comes to real-time or intelligent security, you require multiple hierarchies. So to get everything on a centralized platform is what we are going to discuss. Before we start with the presentation, I'd just like to play a small video where an enterprise, what happens if an enterprise actually installs a normal video surveillance or a normal access control solution and what kind of problems they face. I'll just play a small video.
Operations in 7 countries. The company has 10 branch offices based at different geographical locations. The company has offices in remote locations and is on expansion spree. Due to widely scattered locations and resources, the company was suffering from loss due to low productivity, accidents due to negligence, regular security breach, assets lost, theft, etc. The company wanted to install a reliable video surveillance solution so as to have a strong, unbreachable security cover at all its locations. They approached a solution consultant, Mr. John, to get a suitable video surveillance solution. Mr. John suggested and installed video surveillance products of a well-known brand. These products offered localized surveillance management at all its branch offices. The system was cost-effective and was widely installed in the retail and small business segment. But after a month of installation, the customer was not satisfied by the deliverables of the system as it was playing a role of mere video recording apparatus. Why a popular brand of video surveillance failed to satisfy requirements of Acme International? What, according to you, would have gone wrong?
So, what this video basically talked about is there is an organization with multiple branches. Now, each branch office had its own set of cameras, own set of access control and time attendance solution. But that is not enough. It's all localized. And why does such solutions fail? Good quality, reliable products. But when we talk about a solution, they actually fail. We'll just look at few reasons why this can happen. So there are 3 main reasons for any solution to fail. It can be from the customer front, it can be from the product front, or it can be the lack of support from the manufacturer. So what do I mean that something can go wrong from a customer's perspective? First and foremost, when we talk of customers, customers are not experts of the field. When we talk about cameras, they would say, I want security. That's it. He does not actually know what benefits he can receive other than security. It can actually add value in terms of productivity. It can add value in terms of efficiency of your process. So there are various requirements. He just says, I want security. I want how much security? Do I want to recognize a person? Do I want to identify a person? Or I just want to capture a person? There's different levels of security that are possible. Just stating that I want security is not possible. For example, in this room can be covered by one camera. Would that camera be able to capture all the faces? No. It can just tell me that there are probably 60 people inside this room. I use two cameras, two special angles, and it can then identify the face of the person. So what is the application that a customer wants is the most important part of the beginning of the solution. Who can help you here? An expert can help you by asking you a few simple questions. How much is security important in this area? What is the application? So this is where it starts. So whenever we are meeting the first time, it's essential to understand why I want the solution. So that's the first part. So customers usually are not very clear and they are short-sighted. They don't think that what I will need tomorrow. Today I have one office, I'll install 4 cameras here. Tomorrow I'm getting another office, I might have to buy one more NVR or one more device. Usually there are software, there are hardware which are scalable in nature. So again, think from a longer perspective. The technology might change a little. Don't go with a technology that is very old. Go with a technology that has just come in. If we talk about video surveillance in the last 1 year, it has gone from analog to analog HD to IP. So the technology is very quickly changing. Now today if you are planning to install analog and do all the cabling, probably in a year you will find the quality outdated. Then you might have to go towards IP. Again another investment. So always think from what is the latest, what is the best that suits my requirement. It's not necessarily expensive suits your requirement the best, but what is it that my requirement is and how it can be resolved. So from the product front of view, like I said, scalability is one of the biggest aspects. Today you have 4 branch offices, tomorrow 1 more branch office may come up. 1 more manufacturing unit may set up. New employees may get added. New factory, you might shift to another location, bigger location. So always the first and foremost is ensure the system is scalable. If today you have 24 cameras, buy a 32 channel system. Today you have 16 cameras, probably buy a 24. Keep some room to ensure that if you change, if you add, it's easily scalable. Every time you don't have to upgrade to a new system. Otherwise, unnecessarily a lot of hardware costs will keep on coming. The biggest and foremost, what that is in today's world is centralized control. So what do I mean by centralized control? Centralized control is hierarchy. So for example, there are a lot of branch offices. I don't know what the employees are doing there. I pay them a lot of money. Their productivity, security. I have absolutely no idea what is happening sitting from a central place. Most of the owners are traveling. They don't know what the employees are doing. They don't know how they are treating their customers. So it's not only security which is important when we talk about centralized control. There is customer service, there's productivity, there are various different aspects to it. Again with centralized control, what you get is there's a local person who is managing your security. But at the same time, at a central location, you get small information. That whether this person has come in, he has not come in, someone has entered a prohibited area. So you don't have to sit at a central location and monitor and manage each and every location. What you get is important information. So that is what I meant. It's not about capture. It's about what you do with the data after you capture. Analysis and passing that information to the correct person. So it's not just analyzing the data. Right people, right time, right place. So that's a simple motto when we talk about any solution. Cheap products actually cost much more. So this is a very simple point. When we first get any product quotations, we say this is cheap. What more do you offer? So okay, cheap products, probably the product is cheap. But when we actually add the other aspects to it, probably it's not very efficient. So there are server, the bandwidth cost. So if you talk about bandwidth cost, it's a recurring cost. maybe that cost is high. It's not able to compress data properly. Storage cost. So if you talk about storage, maybe when we talk about IP 30-day storage in 4 TB, lot of storage goes in. Maybe it's not able to compress data, and then you will require higher storage. So if you keep on adding the other variables to it, this products might actually end up as a very expensive solution. You might have to do special cabling. The camera might not have a POA, for example. Now POA in today's day and age, necessary. It's simple, power over Ethernet, where you don't require a separate cable for power. Automatically your cabling cost comes down. Various such applications are there. So whenever we are comparing two products, ensure it's an apple-to-apple comparison. You don't compare a local product against a centralized application. Again, like I said, all products are right at its own place. But understand the requirement and then try to compare the solution. Generic products, features and functionalities. Again, a lot of products lack important features. So what we saw in the video, for example, which was being played I think before and which was shown here. Say for example, we have heard a lot of times, theft happen. They spray paint a camera. They will take away the hard disk. These are all basic things which can be solved. There is a simple function called schedule backup, wherein anytime something is happening, a backup is taken. A lot of people, now you say email notification, a lot of people are provided. But email is just a simple text. A good solution, how to solve it, just snapshot as an attachment. So at least you have a pictorial evidence of who took the hard disk. Even if it takes the hard disk, next day you have some evidence of how you can prevent it. Lot of times it happens that cameras are working, not working, no one is monitoring it. Now no one knows what happened. Theft happens and we don't know what has happened. A simple health status window. A camera is not working, goes to IT person. Your network link is down, goes to IT person. Simple solutions. Now these general products don't think, they are all about capturing. But capturing is not enough. When something happens and we try to analyze, at that time there is no data available. Your hard disk maybe was full. So all this information, if reaches the right person at the right time, you can actually prevent a lot of thefts. You can prevent a lot of mishaps. We also saw a lot of cases of ATM, where the entire ATM was taken, hard disk was taken. All this actually can be prevented. A simple calling application. Your mobile phone, you can call a dedicated person. I'm watching the cameras from here. I see someone moving to a prohibited area. I can directly call while watching the camera to a person that ensure this person does not move or catch hold of it. So different features. Generic products do not have these features. So again, it's not about just the hardware. It's the software which supports the hardware that differentiates the product. Hardware can be same. It might be 16 channel, it might be 16 channel. But along with 16 channel, are the software there to ensure you are able to stop the things. It's not about doing playback. I think it's there, a lot of newspapers have shown. CCTV does not actually stop anything. You can stop it. Even after evidence, only 20% of the criminals are caught. You can actually, prevention is nothing, it's the best cure. So always think about prevention and the features which help you to prevent it. So always think from that perspective. Fragile security. Again, passive security. Like I said, smearing, recording functionality. So think more, think better. From the OEM front. So a lot of these products, what we are talking about, localized products, a lot of them are Chinese products. No support from the manufacturer. So when we talk of this product, you require support. When we talk of enterprises, you require support. If it's one small office, one small location, okay, you install a device, 4 cameras, okay. When we talk about larger installations, a lot of complexities can come into the picture. A lot of flexibility is required. At that time, you require a lot of support. So ensure that support. Pre-sale support is equally important. It's not about just solving the problems. What is actually more important is understanding again. Any problem that starts, or I would say 60% of the problems can be prevented if the customer's pain areas are understood properly. What exactly is required, what exactly can be given to solve it. If that is understood, the problems can be negated. So pre-sale support is equally important, post-sale support is definitely there. Again, like I said, this technology is such that it keeps on moving, so ensure it's a technology that's going to last. It's not a short-sighted technology. And again, execution, ensure partnerships, they're able to give you proper installation support. So, a lot of problems we saw. Just a small product brief. I won't keep it technical, keep it as simple as possible. But anyone has doubts, they can ask. It's just I'm going to talk about an enterprise video surveillance solution. First and foremost, I said scalability. A single software capable of 100,000 cameras from a single server. It's a complete server-based, software-based architecture wherein you can connect IP cameras directly, you can store directly on cloud. So it's a complete enterprise-based solution. Different locations, manage everything centrally, bring it to a single location. From the design point of view, that's the biggest flexibility. So what we saw is people say that it's not possible to bring all the data to a single location. No two organizations have the same attendance policies. The shifts are different. Some might have 3 shifts, some might have 5 shifts. Some might allow 20 minutes delay, some might allow 30 minutes delay. Some might have sales people who come in late. Some might have sales people who are only in the field. So there are various different possibilities for organizations. So your flexibility is the most important part. Whether it can automatically correct shift, how much time you want to allow to a person, whether you want to keep an 8-hour working time, you want to keep a 9-hour working time, you want to give a 20-minute lunch break, you want to give a 15-minute lunch break. So complete flexibility of managing is important. So that's the first and foremost. The second part, when we talk about access control and time attendance, credential is important. Say for example, at certain places card is okay because a lot of people come in, come out, they can easily enter with a card. Certain places you want fingerprint or your biometric technology because it's more secure. So attendance can only happen with a biometric, for example, but access can happen through a card with the same person. At least that will ensure the right person has come. He has not given his card to his neighboring employee and said just when you punch yours, show this card as well. So you can actually prevent that. A single device actually supports all. There is one more unique technology which is called palm vein reading. It's a vein technology. So here, textile industry and a lot of other industries, we see that the hands of employees get cuts. Biometric necessarily does not work. So what this palm vein technology is, it actually reads the vein pattern of the person. It has nothing to do with the palm shape or size. It reads the blood flow vein inside, blood in the vein inside. So even if there is a cut, even if their hands are dirty, it will still be able to recognize this person. So textile industry, Surat is one of in India, is one of the bigger textile. There are a lot of textile customers who actually use palm vein reader because when the stitching and sewing and everything happens, they got a lot of cuts and their fingers were not working properly. So there's a palm vein reader technology as well available. So that's another option that's available. So ensure there's multiple options. Multiple connectivity options. So a single device, if it's a corporate office, can work on a Wi-Fi. It can work on a LAN with a PoE. If it's a remote location, your factory is outside the city where connectivity is a problem, you can connect a normal 3G dongle directly in this device and it will work. So connectivity wise, no problem, any device will work. Attendance policies, like I said, complete flexibility is there in terms of managing the attendance of people. With attendance, it's not just about attendance. What this entire solution is, it automates the entire process. Captures attendance, goes to payroll. With this you can have canteen management, access control, leave management, holiday schedule. So different features, functionalities, everything can basically be covered under this. Again, when I talked about access control time attendance, it's all about the information that comes to me. It's about customizing the reports. So just getting an absent or present is not important. How many hours he came from, what time he came from, what time he left, how much time he was outside, what is the efficiency of a particular department, how much overtime has that department done, how much overtime has the person done, how many total work hours has he done. So actually different reports, there are about 160 plus reports, different charts that are there to analyze the data. You can actually schedule these reports. So it's not about going into the system to fetch the reports. All these reports can be scheduled once and go to the concerned person. For example, I might get the reports for marketing. The IT head might get the report for the entire IT team, whether his employees have come, not come. Easy to manage shifts. Say I'm the shift manager, 9:30 a shift starts. 9:25 I get a light tracker. In the sewing department, this many people have come. On the manufacturing line, this many people have come. What that assists is that ensures the right amount of people are always available and working.
Like example, we have 1,000 systems. 1,000 systems. Every person should be present 9 a.m. and should be leave 6 p.m. But what they are doing, maybe they are sitting in house and talking, I had to different groups. Management thinking they are blaming
In the field.
But have any solution for web-based attendance management?
Yes, so web-based attendance management, there are two solutions.
Actually, how we can find? We
GPS.
find the location.
Location,
So-
the coordinates.
Yes. So 9 p.m. where he is. If we live in home, then we can OPJB or area-wise, like Khulna Hospital, we have depot. And in Khulna branch, we have 50 such person. So if the employee should be present at our depot.
So if they are at their office, then you can install a device there. You don't require a mobile software.
Everybody has a laptop, modem.
So we have one employee self-service portal, which is again a web-based software. They can mark their attendance through that. They can mark their attendance through mobile also. There is an application. So say for example, they have to be present at this parla, this area at 9 o'clock. So if they are there at 9 o'clock and they punch, at that time their coordinates will come.
Yes, exactly. We on that. Then place will be come. Time we will be get easily, but also location will be.
That is possible. That is possible.
So next will be contact with number.
Sure.
Camera packages. 16 camera we have another package. 24 cameras we have another package. 8 camera with an 8 analog camera with DVRs and all installation and all cabling systems আমরা complete করে দেব এবং we will at a cost of 1 lakh টাকা. At the same time we will give you 15 days stress free and in your premises. 8 camera with full DVR, all cables, everything, 1 lakh taka, 15 days storage free at your premises. And similarly, we have other offers like for the 16 cameras, 16 camera, it is 170,000 taka, 15 days storage free at your own premises. Camera is 1.3 megapixel.
CC camera.
Well, IP camera is 1.3 megapixel. IP camera.
You package IP camera.
The offer is CC camera. And we have some other offers as well. Omik is here anyway. If you need more information about the offer, please talk with us separately in the networking session. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining.